Okay, good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to create a Teams link. So here I am in the staff resources of BPS. I can get there from clicking the staff button up here. It'll take me to staff resources. I'm going to start in Outlook. I always do my links inside of Outlook, which is Office 365. And I don't use the Teams app to create links. I don't use the standalone Outlook app. I use the 365. So here I am in staff resources. I'm going to scroll down to Office 365. Click on that, which is going to take me to this screen that looks like this. Now, if you haven't signed in already, you may have to sign in. You would just use your normal credentials to do that. Then I'm going to go down the left-hand side and click on the Outlook tab here, which is going to bring up Outlook. So when I'm in Outlook, it's going to be, by default, it's going to open up to my email. So that looks like this, right? And then I'm going to click on Calendar. So we're going to create the link inside of the calendar. Now, one thing to note is every time we create a virtual link, we put a time and a date in. The reason why we do that is so that it goes on this calendar, right? So if we put in a time for 9:30 to 10, it's going to block out that half hour. So if other people are looking at our calendar, they see that we're busy. The time and the date really don't matter. So when you're creating a virtual link for virtual classes, you don't have to be real specific on the time. Just get close. If you want to create one link and use it for all of your classes, you can do that. What's the benefit of one link versus 5 links? If you have one link, you only have to create it once and you can share it. The time doesn't matter. If you do that though, the chat and things like that will be available to all of the other kids. So you may want to create one for every period that you have. I hope that makes sense. So here I am in my calendar. You can see I'm in the monthly view. Yours might look different. I usually create my events in a daily view or a week view. So I'm going to click on month up here in the upper right, and I'm going to click on work week, just so I get a little bit different look. So here I am. So let's say I'm going to start my meetings tomorrow, and it's going to be for my second period, which is around 9 o'clock. So I'm going to double click on the calendar around 9 o'clock, and I'm going to get this window pop up. So here's my window. So I'm going to call this second period Teams. And I'm going to put my name in there. And the only reason I do that is because it's easier. Then when the kids go, they know who they have. All right, so there I am. Now, I don't have to invite anybody. Now, it's going to start tomorrow. Now, I'm going to change my time. So we said this is second period, so it's around 9 a.m. By default, it gives you a half an hour block. That's fine. It doesn't mean the meeting's going to end at 9:30. It just means it's on your calendar in that slot. Now, if you don't see the time, likely you have the all day button checked, so you want to make sure that's unchecked. Now I'm going to repeat this because I want this to happen every day. So I'm going to click on the repeat button and I'm going to click daily. So I want it to repeat daily. So this is saying it's going to start tomorrow, the 22nd. It's going to repeat every day. These are the days. Now I don't meet on Saturday or Sunday, so I'm going to unclick those. So now it's going to repeat every Monday through Friday. Now you'll notice here it says that this occurs every Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday until March 22nd. If I want to change the end date, I could change it so that maybe it goes till the end of June, right? If you don't change the end date, then on March 23rd, you're not going to see it on your calendar anymore. You might be confused. It doesn't mean the link won't work. It just means it won't be on your calendar. Because remember, the calendar event is only holding the space on your calendar. So I usually click on remove end date. That way, this event's going to stay on there for second period until I delete it. Then I'm going to hit save. So now I've created my event with the time and the repeat. I want to make sure I make it a Teams meeting. So if you click on this, you want to click on it so it says Teams meeting. So now I've got everything in there. That's done. I can see it here on my calendar preview. Then I'm going to hit save. Now you're going to notice on my calendar that every day, Monday through Friday, it says second period Teams, Mr. Malucci. This is my link that I create. So if I click on this, that's how I would get to my room. But I want to get the link for the kids. So I double click and I will see the big window pop up. If you only see the little window, again, you got to double click, not single click. So here is the meeting. Here is the title. Here is when it occurs. Here's the series, etc. So here's where I get my link. Not this one up here, but down here. It says, join on your computer or mobile app. Click here to join the meeting. I'm going to right click and copy the link address. So again, right click on this one, copy the link address. Make sure you're not clicking on one of these two ones. Then I'm going to go to Schoology. Now, when I'm in Schoology, I've got to make sure I copy the link, paste it in there in a special way. So I'm going to go to my courses. All right, so here's my fake class here. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, so here's my fake English 12 class. All right, so then I'm going to go to Add Materials. And I'm going to hit File Link External Tool. Then I'm going to click on Link. Then I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm going to right click and paste. This should bring up my Teams link. So if you want to check, you could scroll to the beginning of it. It should say teams.microsoft.com and then a whole bunch of other stuff. Then I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to just simply say Mr. Malucci's team link, second period, Teams, right? Okay, so now I've got my link here, paste it in. I've got my title. But most importantly, I have to go down here to this button, Display in Schoology. I want to click that once so that it goes to Display in New Window. Then I hit Add. Now my Teams link is going to be here at the bottom. Mr. Malucci second period Teams. When the kids go in and click on it, it's going to open up Teams for them. Okay? So let me just show you what happens if you don't hit Display in New Window. So let me go back to the editing screen, and I'm going to click it back to the default, which is Display in Schoology. If I were to save it that way and click on it, you're going to see an error because Schoology doesn't know what to do with this link. So Schoology can process a lot of files. It can't process a virtual meeting link. So like if you had a Word document, Schoology would be able to show a preview of it, right? So that's why you display things in Schoology. I almost always check Display in New Window. So you can see the error here, right? So if a kid says to you, I can't get on Teams, I just see the error, the unsmiley face, the sad face, you know that you didn't paste the link incorrectly. They can still get to it if they click on this little tab here, but you don't want them to have to go through all that. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that when I edit it, that it is set to Display in New Window. So I'll go back, hit Edit. And then I'm going to hover over it to see it says Display in Schoology. I'm going to click once. Now it says Display in New Window, which is what I want. Then I hit Save Changes. And then when I click on it, boom, it works. Okay? So I wanted to just show you that because a lot of times you get that error message. You don't know why it's happening. That's why, because you didn't select Open in New Window. So there you go.